Hey everybody, my name is Mitchell. Welcome to my shop. And today is a great day because we have the final windshield. It actually worked. It took 12 times of pulling a mold to get where we're at today. So during the rest of the video, I'll show you how I got to this point. I couldn't be happier. There's a few little flaws here and there, but nothing as bad as what the original windshield was or the one I pulled just before this one. So every time I'm doing this, I'm learning, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. I mean, it's there. So stay tuned and watch the video, and you'll see how we get to this point. Also, remember to subscribe, and like I said, wow, woo, I got me a windshield. Woo, let's get to work. Okay, we got our oven at 250 degrees. We'll try this again. There we go, and we wait. It's just not getting down far enough right here for my mold. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to get that done. Because I need to come down. That's pretty close, but that's just not going to cut it. Huh. All right, folks, that's it. That's done. Now, I used a heat gun, and I did burn a hole here, but who cares? I mean, I've got it all the way down there and all on this side. That's perfect. I mean, it is just, wow. I can't say enough about it. Alrighty. So after pulling about 11 molds, I finally got a windshield I'm happy with. Let's just do a little walk around. It's just roughly cut in here. Just taped on, but it fits everything really nice. There's a few little issues with it, but I'm just not going to be able to get those out. But that windshield looks a whole lot better than the other one. And if you look right there, you see that little line? That's a little flaw in it. And only the light catches it, but I don't think it's going to matter. Matter of fact, we're going to just leave this windshield alone and call it done. Well, I just can't be happy with that windshield, so I'm going to have to do another one. All right, I'm very happy. I pulled another windshield and it has turned out quite well. There's a few little pieces of trash in it, but nothing that's going to prevent it from not being on the airplane. There's just one or two little flaws and that's it. You can kind of see them right about there, but that's it. That windshield fits like a glove. There's no gaps. It just looks, I just can't say enough about it. Wow, this has been a job of getting this windshield, but it finally is done, and I'm very, very happy with it. So there's the windshield. It looks great. Okay, another project we're working on as we're finishing the windshield up is, a lot of you guys may not be too familiar with G10 or phenolic resin. This stuff is murder on a bandsaw or scroll saw, whatever you use to cut it. It will dull your blade down to nothing. It is really tough to cut. Usually I make this product. This is a product I actually got this G10 from Bob Violet's model, but I usually make it myself. But SIG resin, for some reason they've been back ordered. So I really like that. I know the process, and I usually make this stuff out of fiberglass, and I was going to show that, and eventually I will. But basically it's like a little fence that goes on the side here, and I'll show a photo here. It's a really big part of the airplane, and it's something that needs to be added because it really ties in with all the scale part. And you know, another thing we got to talk about later on is a round hole in a square peg. Whoever cut this out, you know, they should have cut it right there, because now I'm going to have to add a piece from the top down, because I've still got to get the motor out with the hatch, you know, off of it. And you can't do that, you know. You cut the top of a round hole and the distance is from there to there. It doesn't work. You know, I guess it didn't go to grade school or something, you know, and play with the little blocks and, you know, round holes and square pegs, you know. They don't go in the same, you know, come on, really? But anyway, so that's the next project we're working on. Just thought I'd show you a quick preview of that, and I'll show a photo of what we're trying to build here as well. Here are a few photos of the piece I'm trying to make. I'm not sure what you call this. I call it a vertical fence, but I'm sure there's another name for it out there. Great thing about the internet, you can always find all kinds of scale details. Well, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys learned something from the vacuum forming. I know I have. It was quite a challenge. I really didn't think it would be this challenging. So far on this project, this is definitely the most challenging thing I've ever done, is to pull this windshield. Like I said, it took about 12 times to get to this point. I learned a lot, and if anybody has a plane like this, you need a windshield, I have an original mold, I can make you one. So just contact me, and if you guys like the video, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Here are some photos of the airplane I'm modeling. Most of these photos are for reference, like the instrument panel, seat, and stuff like that. I'll be doing a cockpit later on once I get the airplane painted, flown in, and done. Then I'll do a cockpit. But most of these photos are just for reference, to look for scale details and see what the real airplane really looked like. Although a lot of my airplane already has a lot of detail already in it, we still can add some things to make it look more scale. And then the color scheme I'll be doing is coming up here in this photo right here. This is the color scheme I'm going to be doing. It's the Australian Army, and it's going to be a unique color scheme. It's something I've not seen before, you know, on a turbo Pilatus. And so I think it's going to present itself well. I think you're going to be able to see it in the sky, and it's just going to kind of stand out. Another detail, if you notice the stacks on the turboprop, they are off-centered. I'm not going to do that in my model. I'm going to make them, you know, straight, because that would be just a little weird, and everybody would think you got it wrong when actually it would be right. And I'm not going to compete with it, so it's not a big deal. But I think the color scheme is going to really stand out. It's going to be unique. And I can't wait to start painting it and show you guys how this process goes through. There's a lot of unique stuff here. that we're going to be going through. But you guys got to see a sneak peek of the airplane and the color scheme I'll be doing. So stay tuned. We'll be getting more done.